Hello, happy Wednesday. As you can tell from the description of my video, uh, it's a bit of a tricky video today. My live may ruffle some feathers and create some discussion, but that's totally fine. I generally don't comment on when people mention uh, network marketing as a pyramid scheme or something like that. I don't get into those arguments at all because they're pointless. And I never actually wanted to do a video that talk about things like that and stuff about that. I try to keep things positive and I only talk about positive things, and I don't want to create so much of a, turbulence there. However, I also cannot see this, read this, or hear about from someone something that I completely don't agree with and not say anything. It's not in my nature, so I have to say something. So recently, in some groups, I saw somebody ask something about MLM, network marketing, multi-level companies, and then bunch of people start trashing them, like it's a criminal activity, literally to that point. And I was reading all the comments, and I can tell you that I literally felt a knot in my stomach, and I felt sick to my stomach. And I'm like, oh my god, uh, they have MLMs, network marketing companies, they have such a bad reputation. And maybe there's a good reason for it. Maybe some companies really are bad, and a lot of people maybe lost money to certain things. But I think it's very wrongful that they do connect all M&M companies to pyramid schemes, because you have to look into that a little bit more in depth. I mean, if we do have products that we sell, it cannot be a pyramid scheme. And not to go into that, that's not the point. But I was reading all the comments, and one of them said 90% of people in MLM never make any money. And that may be true. I never actually went on and tried to research that or do that. What I did, I just sat there and start thinking about, if that's true, if 90% of people don't make money in network marketing, why is that? And so this is not something I read from somewhere, or this may not even be the whole fact. Maybe there are other factors, maybe there are other reasons, but this is what I think in my 2 years that I'm doing this and that I have my team. This is what I learned, and from everything else that all the courses that I took, everything that I attended, everything that I learned, this is what I found, that may be the reason why most of people don't actually make money in it. And I have four reasons. Okay, so let's go into them. So number one, they don't take it serious enough. So in most network marketing companies, you don't require any education. You don't require any skills. Anybody can join. There's no filter. There's nothing that stops you. If you want it, you can do it. There's generally very, very low cost involved to get started. And when I say low cost, I mean comparing to other business models. So whatever you want to do, whatever business you want to do, there's usually investment that you have to put in, right? Whatever that is. If you want to be a hairdresser, you have to buy a chair, you have to buy a mirror, you have to buy a hair dryer, you have to buy stuff, right? And that's an investment. You want to open a store, you have to lease a property, you have to buy things. Like, there is investment involved, right? And with network marketing, usually the cost is very low, and most of the time with that low cost, you just buy products that you try and that you sell, so you can actually return your money back right away. So it's not even an investment, right? So that being said, everybody think like, oh, okay, great, I'll start that. And because it was so easy to do it, they don't really they don't take it seriously enough. They don't take it as a business. They don't commit to it to work as they would if they actually rented a space, bought a chair, bought a mirrors, bought like all the tools and equipment they need to be a hairdresser, right? They would show up every day there at work. They were sitting there for 8 hours and waiting for customers to come in, but they don't do that in network marketing, right? So that's number one, in my opinion, reason why most of people don't actually start making money. Number two, they think it's easy. So just by seeing other people doing it, and a lot of people, when they prospect other people to join their team, they do make it seem very, very easy. And in general, it is. Anybody can do it. It's very teachable. It's not hard, but it is in a way, right? So you can do it. You don't need a college degree. You don't need high computer skills. You don't need to know Excel spreadsheets. You just need to be coachable and learn what your leader tells you. But actually, many people cannot do that. Even though it sounds very simple, it's not that simple. So when they join and they're like, oh, great, this is what I'm going to do. I now joined the business. I'm going to post every day 10 pictures of the products I have, commercial pictures. So the one that company made. So it's not even your personal picture that you take a picture with a product that you use. No, it's a commercial picture that they put with a little bit of a description, and they start putting that on their Facebook every single day. And they expect people to run to their doors knocking and say, give me that product. I love it. Right. And when that don't happen, and it certainly won't, they're like, oh, this doesn't work. Like, this product doesn't do anything. Nobody wants it. Why do nobody wants my product? It's a great product. I don't know why nobody wants it. I thought they will for sure want it. You actually have to personally tell people about that product. That's the point in network marketing. That's the point, right? It's networking. It's talking to people. It's telling people this, right? And the only way they're going to try it and buy it is when they trust you. When you tell them this is a good product, have a try, right? You can't just post on a Facebook 3 pictures a day and expect people to run to you. That's not how it's done. So it's not that easy. It requires much, much more than that. So that's another reason why people fail. They got in very easily, not a lot of investment. They don't treat it as a business. They don't commit to it that much. And plus they think it's going to just be easy like that as a posting picture on Facebook and it's going to sell, right? Number 3, they lack a good mentorship. Because people do join the way they join. A lot of people can prospect, a lot of people can recruit them. So they start with just anybody, right? They don't really look into it that much. And I'm not saying that's the wrong thing, but sometimes, in this business, you do have to have certain leadership skills in a sense that you can mentor somebody and that you can teach somebody what you know, and that you can devote your time and your knowledge for them to learn and to succeed in this business. Plus, you have to be on your own positive. You have to be, good enough in order to motivate them. You have to open their eyes in a way to see the possibilities and to tell them and teach them how to reach them. Oh, this rhymes. So it's not just, here's the business, this is how we do it, get on it, and you whip them and then they go and do the work. No, this requires nurturing. This requires you learning what they need, what they want, and then help them with your knowledge to reach that, right? It's actually a quite interesting skill that you need to have. So it's not easy to be a mentor and it's not easy to be a leader. This is not something anybody can do. I mean, anybody can try. Not everybody will be good at it. So when in this, you have to look for a good mentorship, right? You have to look to a person that can actually help you in a right way, right? And vice versa, when you are in that position that you're building your team, you have to pick the right people, right? You have to pick the people that you can work with. that you will enjoy spending time with, and then it's going to be pleasurable for both of you, right? And then number 4, and this is maybe even one of the most important ones, and I left it till the end, but they only sell and don't build the team. So network marketing, when people start, it's usually just focus on selling. And that's right, you should sell, you should promote your product, you should get your customer base, you should, have the people learn about your product and have most of them try them. And then eventually you start building your team. Because here's why: as soon as you stop selling those products, no matter what the reason, you got sick, you just can't do it, you have a baby like I do at the moment, or like you got in a hospital, you have some unfortunate event, you went for a vacation for 5 months and you just don't want to work, you don't want to sell, that's when the income stops. As soon as you stop selling, the income stops. But when you build a team, right, when you build your team, that's why the residual income kicks in, and then that's when you get the best of both worlds, right? That's when it makes sense, selling the products and also building your team, right? And then that way, when you don't sell for a month or 2, you still earn the money, right? So some people don't understand that, or they don't feel comfortable with it, and then they just sell. They don't feel comfortable reaching out to people. They don't feel comfortable, talking to people, asking them questions to like learn if they may be open to this, if you can tell them about the opportunity, if they can learn a bit more, and then see if they're open to it. So many people, when they do all this, they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. They only want to do things that they like. They only maybe want to post on Facebook 1 picture a day. They maybe only want to tell to a person that they literally personally see that day over coffee, and then COVID hits, and then you see nobody and you go for no coffees. And then if you don't actually find a way to talk to people, or maybe doing live like I do now, the business will not grow. So I'm sure there are many other factors in. I'm sure that the company also matters a lot. For example, my company, we don't have you don't have a fee when you join. You don't have a fee of any kind. You don't have monthly quotas that you have to purchase every month in order to stay on a certain level, which some companies do, right? And then that's why many people don't really make it, because if they have a sale quota, they have to reach like during the month, they will keep buying products so they reach the quotas, but they can't sell that much. So they have so much product sitting in their house that they cannot sell, right? So that becomes a problem. Then you're investing and paying and not getting anything in return, right? But if you're with a company that doesn't require that, like I am, if I'm not selling, I don't have product sitting around, right? And then I don't have that extra cost. So for me, that works. For my company, that works. I understand not every company is the same, but it is what it is. Maybe you have to take a look at what company you're in and, decide if that's the right thing for you. So that was it. I know this was long, and I'm sorry. I tend to talk a lot, but this was the 4 reasons why I think many people don't succeed in network marketing. And I hope this made sense. So hit me with your comments and your questions if you have any, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.